Hey, you guys. So today we're going to be reviewing and angles, points, perpendicular lines, parallel lines, and intersecting lines as well. Okay. So this is going to be kind of long, but we'll get through it. So a point, we're going to start with a point. A point is a single location in space. And you can draw a point and you represent a point as, with the point. It looks like a period. And there is named with a singular capital letter. So here we have point A. Okay, so now we have line segments. A line segment is a straight row of points that starts at one point, ends at another point. And you can write line segment AB as AB, and you have that little line over it, the line segment over it. Now, a line segment says that it's a series of points, or a straight row of points, but you do not have to sit there and draw all the points. You just need to draw the beginning point and the end point. So now we have a line, and a line is a straight row of points that goes on forever in both directions. So line segment ends, and lines, they go on in both directions forever. They never end. And you write line AB as AB, and then you have the line symbol above the AB. Now notice that the symbol has the arrows on both ends to show that it is a line and that it goes on forever in both directions. Now, within lines, we have three types of lines. We have parallel lines, which they are the same distance apart and they never cross. They go on forever in both directions, they never cross. And then we have intersecting lines, which are lines that cross each other. So you see here, these two yellow lines cross each other. And then finally, we have perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines that cross and form a right angle. So it kind of looks like a T. Sometimes it'll look like an L, depending on how the line is drawn. And typically, if you were to look around your bedroom or your living room or whatever room, if you look at where the walls meet, those would be perpendicular lines. The corners of the walls would be perpendicular lines. And if we were in the classroom, we would look at the windows. The windows in our classroom have window panes, and some of those lines intersect and some of them are parallel. And the ones that intersect actually form perpendicular lines. Now we have a ray. A ray is a straight row of points that starts at one point and goes on forever in one direction. Okay, and you write ray AB with capital letters, and then you have the ray sign, which is a hybrid or of a line segment and a line. So it has an arrow at one point to show that it's a ray, and it continues to go on in one direction. And when you name a ray, you always start with the end point. So it'd be ray AB. And now we have angles, which you guys are very familiar with. You know what they are, you know how to identify them. However, let's talk about the actual construction of an angle. That's what we're looking at here. We're not looking at whether it's acute, obtuse, straight, or right angle. You guys know that. We're going to look at how they're constructed. Now, if rays, lines, or line segments meet at a common point, they're angles. They're called an angle. You can write angle A as angle A. We have the angle sign. It kind of looks a little bit like the inequality sign, the greater or less than signs. So notice that angle A is made up of a ray AB. Let me get my pointer. Ray AB, which is right here. I'm sorry, right here. And then ray AC, which is right here. And they're meeting at point A, which is right here. Okay, so this is a ray, and then this is a ray. You can also name the angle using 3 points, CAB or BAC, But the vertex, which is the A, is always the middle letter. Okay? So now we're going to look at two pictures. This is the first one. And we're going to use geometry terms to describe these pictures. Okay? So let me get my... Okay, so we can say that this shape is made up of line segments, rays, or array, and a line. Now let's go ahead and identify these terms. So it is made up of line segment A, B. So I'm going to write A, B, and I'm going to write the line segment symbol right there. Okay? So that's the first. Now it's made up of array. It's made up of ray A, C. So I'm going to write the ray symbol. And I'm going to write A, C. Now remember, when we're naming rays, we always start with the endpoint, which in this case is A. Now we know that there's a line. I'm going to write the symbol for line, and it's going to be line CB. And that is right here. Okay, right here. All right. Bueno. And here is our final picture. Now this one has a whole lot of stuff going on, right? We've got some perpendicular lines. We've got some angles. We've got a lot. Okay. So first I see that we have a ray. We have a couple rays. We have two rays. We have ray BC and BD. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. The ray symbol, BC, and BD. Now remember, we always start with the endpoint, which is why I started with B. Okay? Now, what else do I see? Well, I see here we've got some angles. So I see we have here. So this would be angle CBD. Okay? We've also got angle CBE right here. And we've also got angle CBA. There's a lot of angles, right? So let's write that. So we have angle. Here's our angle symbol. CBD. We have angle CBE. We have angle CBA. Now, I'm not going to name all the angles because there are a lot of angles here. Okay? Now, we also have some perpendicular lines. Okay? So we have CB and ABE form perpendicular lines. Okay? Now, I remissed in telling you guys or showing you guys what the symbol is for perpendicular. This is the symbol for perpendicular. Okay? That's the symbol. So we have line, lines, or I'm sorry, rays, not lines, rays. Because a perpendicular line is going to be formed by a ray, not a line. Rays. Let me do the symbol. Okay, so ray, CB, and ray AB form perpendicular lines. Let me write that smaller. Okay, so of course there are other things that are here in this diagram, but we're not gonna get too much into it because I don't want this video to be super long for you guys, because you guys are gonna have a lot of work to do. That's it for now. I will speak to you guys later. Bye.